I got two options up, right? We can either just do either ors and then pick the best one, or we can do a tier list and we do it that way. I don't know. It's up to y'all, so I'll let y'all choose. Do y'all want to do the either or like this and then find the best fight? Or do y'all want to do the tier list where we, settle on the fight at the top? All right, so we're gonna do the either or then. So the first fight we got is Goku versus Piccolo or Goku versus Pycon. And in my opinion, this really isn't even a conversation. I'll let y'all kind of weigh in on it, but this isn't even a conversation to me. I don't think it's a conversation for people either. Goku versus Piccolo Jr. Yeah, that's a pretty easy decision. Goku versus Piccolo. Pycon was really good though. Yeah, Pycon was cool. I think Pycon was just like a cool character in general, but yeah, this is a pretty easy one. Yeah, Goku versus Piccolo for sure. All right, we got Goku versus Majin Vegeta, Goku or Vegito versus Buhan. And for, YouTube, if you watch my last video, just be on the lookout because my next video has one of these fights in there. It's a pretty big part of the video actually, but I'm gonna go Goku versus Majin Vegeta. I think for Vegeta's character, it's the most important moment, I guess, for his redemption. Goku versus Majin Vegeta, easy. Yeah, that wasn't a conversation. Cool, I'm glad we all on the same page. All right, Vegeta versus Topo or Vegeta versus Android 19. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is a pretty good one because I think the Vegeta versus Topo fight in Super looked really good. Vegeta also had that fake, sacrifice in there. But Android 19, it was the reveal of Super Saiyan Vegeta. He finally caught up. It was such a satisfying moment, especially seeing how Android 19 essentially dismantled Goku. Granted, it was the heart virus, but Android 19 just beat Goku. None of the other Z fighters at that point could fight him. And Vegeta came in and saved the day, which is something that Vegeta had never done before. So Vegeta being a Super Saiyan on top of that, I'm going Vegeta versus Android 19. Still midway through Super, so can't answer. Ooh, okay. Midway through Super in 2025, that's a different kind of response, but man, keep going, man. I think it's cool to get to the end. I think the second half of Super is definitely much better than the first. But I'm gonna go Android 19 versus Vegeta. That's my choice. Vegeta versus Topo because Vegeta versus Android 19 was just too one-sided. Really? That's how you feel? That's interesting. That is interesting. I don't know how I feel about that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'm not mad at it, Kareem, at all. I'm not mad at it. It's just that we got a tie. I'm Vegeta versus 19. You're Vegeta versus Topo. Somebody got to break the tie. Alrighty. Hold on. We're going to let this first one flip, Kareem. We're going to let this one flip first. Kareem, are you calling heads or tails? Heads, no Diddy? Okay. All right, so I'm tails then. Let's see. Tails. I don't make the rules. So, Vegeta versus 19 wins. Alrighty, we got Goku versus Beerus or Booting versus Gohan. Easy. Goku versus Beerus. Not even a question. Not even a question. Goku versus Beerus. Yeah, that's easy. Easy. Goku versus Piccolo or Goku versus Tien. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of thinking about this one. I don't know. Let's see what you got, Kareem. Artificial intelligent mass. What we got? Goku versus Piccolo or Go? No, this is a hard one. This is a really good one. I don't know what to pick. Okay, so let me just lay out my points for both sides. For Goku versus King Piccolo, he kind of got revenge for Master Roshi and Krillin too, I guess. But it was the first big villain he ever beat. And villain in the traditional sense, super strong. The main character had to really overcome some obstacles to get past him. That's for King Piccolo, but for Goku versus Tien, I think Tien more represented like he was the other side of a coin to Goku. So, and I think it was choreographed a lot better. And seeing Tien kind of change throughout the fight, I might be leaning towards Goku and Tien. That might be where my choice is. I'm gonna go Goku versus Tien. Artificial Intelligent Master is saying, if I had to choose Tien because of metaphors and crap like that, no, for sure. I think that's kind of why I'm siding that way too, though. Tien versus Goku, where I'm going. Goku versus Tien too, but it's so close. Yeah, this is the best one so far. Easily. Goku versus Frieza or Vegito versus Zamasu. Now, are we saying Goku versus Frieza in... Oh, no, this says Super. Okay, I ain't gonna lie then. Vegito versus Zamasu is easy. If this was Goku versus Frieza in the movie, maybe. And I mean, maybe I'd go with that one. But Vegito versus Zamasu is what my choice is. It was, it was what it was. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, Vegito versus Zamasu. Artificial Intelligent Mask, have you gotten to or gotten through the Goku Black Arc yet? Midway. Okay, cool. We're gonna get past this one and we ain't gonna talk too much about it. Goku versus Baby or Vegeta versus Semi-Perfect Cell. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I think this fight, Goku versus Baby is way more legendary. It resulted in Goku becoming a Super Saiyan 4, which is a top 3 or 4 Saiyan transformation to me. But I do like Vegeta versus Semi-Perfect Cell more. I do. I think these moments are really, really important for his character, and I think that's kind of what I'm taking into account here. If we're just going fight choreography, I mean, I think I'm still going this one, but I'm gonna go Vegeta versus Cell. I was a really big fan of Dragon Ball Z during this time. Goku versus Baby, going in my super personal Mount Rushmore of Woo! Okay, so you're saying Goku versus Baby is in your Mount. Okay, so what are the other 3 Artificial Intelligent Mass? What are the other 3? So we got Goku versus Baby, that's 1. You got 4 faces on the Mount Rushmore. You got Goku versus Baby. What are your other 3? Goku versus Baby, since Vegeta versus Semi-Perfect Cell was more one-sided. Okay, fair. I'm outnumbered. Y'all got me. I'm outnumbered. Let's do it. All right, Goku versus Jiren or Goku versus Vegeta. I think both of these are top-tier fights. I think one of them is probably the best fight in the series or the second best. So it's really not close. I think we're all on the same page here, but I just want to make sure Artificial Intelligent Mask agrees. Okay, so then this makes sense then. Goku versus Vegeta's on there. That's the solid Mount Rushmore. I can't say there's anything wrong with that. Vegeta versus Broly or Tien versus Jackie. Vegeta versus Broly is one of my favorite. It's an underrated fight to me. Super, super underrated fight to me. Super underrated fight. And we talk about animation, fight choreography. This is one of the 5, maybe top 3 to 5 fights in the franchise. Just in terms of how it looked. I don't know more fights that looked better than this one. Vegeta versus Broly, that's okay. So you don't have an opinion on this one. So I guess we just have to go, Vegeta versus Broly. Goku versus Hit or Goku versus Kid Buu? I don't know, man. I might have a controversial opinion. Goku versus Hit. I promise, Goku versus Hit is a better fight than Goku versus Kid Buu. Woo! Okay, Kareem, I'm glad we agree. Hot take. I don't think Buu has any great fights. Now, I'm not saying the Buu saga, because, Goku versus Vegeta is there. But Goku versus Fat Buu is not a great fight. Majin Vegeta versus Fat Buu is not a great fight. Gotenks versus Super Buu was not a great fight in any of the stages. Okay, we still got Goku versus Hit, but I just want to know what Kareem means when he says if it was everyone versus Kid Buu, then it would be different. Because I disagree. Strongly disagree. I don't know how that would even, yeah, again, I don't know how that would be fair. I mean, like, it included the Vegeta and Good Boo. Oh. Got you. My fault. You're right. Alrighty. All right, so let's move on to this one. Goku versus Krillin. For Trunks versus Perfect Cell. Again, this isn't a really tough one to me. I think it's pretty easy. Goku versus Krillin, yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's move on. Gogeta versus Omega Shenron, or Goku versus Majin Buu. So I just said that Buu didn't have any good fights, but Gogeta versus Omega Shenron is even worse. You can't really get much worse than that. This wasn't a fight. This wasn't a fight at all. I'm going Goku versus Majin Buu. Easily. What y'all got? Goku versus Majin Buu. Kareem, I agree. And what you got? That Gogeta fight had potential. You wish it was even. I mean, yeah, I think that's I've said it once, I could say it a million times. That's the story of Dragon Ball GT. Dragon Ball GT had a lot of potential. Dragon Ball GT had piss poor execution. So, it just is. Oh my goodness. I think this is both two really good fights. Really good fights. But I'm going Goku versus Perfect Cell. That was a top tier fight. And it's crazy looking back at it because we know like the fight in terms of actual strength, it wasn't even close. Just stop making you think, no, man, that's the beauty of it. But no, seriously, like Goku versus Perfect Cell wasn't even close in terms of strength, but the fight was still so entertaining. So yeah, I'm glad, Kareem, you saying Goku versus Perfect Cell. Aim, what you got? Aim? Perfect Cell, cool. Alrighty. All right, Gogeta versus Broly, Gohan versus Perfect Cell. I think we're all on the same page. Y'all just gotta, we just gotta get the, take care of the formalities. Y'all just gotta say it, but we all know what it is. We all know. Gohan. But yeah, Gohan versus Perfect Cell, for sure. All right, Goku versus Jackie Chun, or Goten versus Super Buu. Again, I don't like any Buu fight for real. Goku versus Jackie Chun is my pick easily. Goku versus Jackie Chun. Aim, what you got? Jackie Chun had such great themes. Zero, yeah. Yeah, for sure. We on the same page. I gotta make a video about that too, something. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Maybe you have a difference of opinion, but I'm sure y'all don't. It's not even close. Goku versus, okay, now we got the first match of the next round. And this is a really good one. Goku versus Piccolo is another one of those fights in Dragon Ball that it was the start of a paradigm shift for this, for the franchise. But man, I just can't in good faith say that it's better than Goku versus Majin Vegeta. Again, in my next video, you'll see what I mean. Like, this fight on the right means so much to me. And in terms of how Akira Toriyama wrote Dragon Ball, because I know a lot of people get on him, or get on Dragon Ball in general for not having the greatest writing in comparison to other anime of similar popularity or notoriety. But one thing that Akira Toriyama was really good at was maintaining and developing personal character storylines through all of the chaos that happened in Dragon Ball. For example, Gohan to me has the best, I'll just say from the beginning to the Cell Saga, out of everyone who was a character, he had the best storyline, right? Now, if we go from beginning to end of Dragon Ball Z, of course I'm going Vegeta, but the fact that Akira Toriyama was able to like masterfully build those characters and their storylines throughout all of the fights, all of the different location changes, all of the, all the different deaths, that was one of his greatest strengths, and I don't think it's talked about enough. But Aim, you're saying Goku versus Majin Vegeta. Yeah, I don't think it's nothing wrong with saying that. I agree. Vegeta versus Android 19, or Goku versus Beerus. Yeah, I'm going Goku versus Beerus, especially because it doesn't specify whether or not they're saying the Super version or the Battle of Gods version. Because that's not specified, I'm definitely going with Goku versus Beerus. If they made a clear distinction that they were talking about, Super, then maybe I'd pick Vegeta, but no, I'm going with this. Kareem's tie. All right, so if we got two Goku versus Beeruses and one tie, that's a Goku versus Beerus. All right, now we got Goku versus Tien, or Vegito versus Zamasu. I don't think this is a close one. You know, I don't think this is close at all. I'm gonna go Goku versus Tien for sure. For sure. All right, now I'm going Goku versus Vegeta. But AIM earlier said that both of these fights are in his Mount Rushmore, so he may have a different answer. Kareem may have a different answer too. Kareem went Goku versus Vegeta right out the gate. Okay, cool. AIM, what you got? I know you like Goku versus Baby, but the ride has to end here. The ride has to end here. You gotta make a decision, man. Come on. I know you wanna say it. It's Goku versus Vegeta. It's fine. Vegeta. It's all right. That's just how it goes sometimes. It's all right. This might win the whole thing. So really all you got to look at it is Goku versus Baby lost to what's arguably the best fight in the franchise. You know, ain't no shame in that. Vegeta versus Broly or Goku versus Hit? Vegeta versus Broly. I'm going Vegeta versus Broly every time. Every time. I love this fight. This is a personal favorite for me. AIM, where you going? Vegeta versus Broly or Goku versus Hit? I know you said you're midway through the Goku Black arc, so you can answer this one. Like I said, haven't watched the movie. You're right, my fault, I forgot. Goku versus Krillin or Goku versus Majin Buu? And while y'all think about it, let me go get a towel so I can kind of wipe this up. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. All right. Kareem, you're saying your Mount Rush is the same as AIM's, but replace Goku versus Baby with Gogeta versus Broly? For sure. I like that. Those first few fights of Dragon Ball Z were just goated. No, yeah, the first two arcs, the last two arcs, and then the last two arcs of Dragon Ball and the first two arcs of Dragon Ball Z is when Toriyama, oh my goodness, is when Toriyama just hit his stride. The Gohan versus Cell fight I love too. I just don't like the ending of the Cell saga in general. Goku versus Krillin? For sure. I think we all agree on that. Alrighty. Goku versus Perfect Cell or Gohan versus Perfect Cell? You know, it's just one of those things. It's unfortunate. But we know what the answer is. Yeah. Alright. Goku versus Jackie Chun or Goku versus Frieza? I'm not waiting on y'all. Goku versus Majin Vegeta or Goku versus Beerus? I'm still going Majin Vegeta. I still love this fight. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, most definitely. Alrighty. Goku versus, just another one of those situations where, I'm not waiting on you. Vegeta versus Broly. Goku versus Krillin. I love Goku versus Krillin. I'll say it again. I love Goku versus Krillin. I'm going Vegeta versus Broly. If either one of you guys, are saying Goku versus Krillin, speak now, forever hold your peace. But I'm going to assume that me and Kareem agree that this is Vegeta versus Broly because I know AIM hasn't watched the movie. But it's close. I mean, that's cool, but, we still go, we gotta go. Alrighty, Gohan versus This is the finals. This is a finals type matchup. Goku versus Frieza. I'm going Goku versus Frieza too, but I think AIM may be going somewhere else. AIM, you taking Goku versus Frieza? How you feeling, AIM? Yeah. I know. Come on, AIM. You have to answer, AIM. You have to answer. You got to. I know you don't want to, but you got to. AIM is stalling. Frieza, but the gap is insane. It's close for sure. All right. First round of the semifinals, we have Goku versus Majin Vegeta or Goku versus Vegeta. So which Goku versus Vegeta fight do you think is better? And I'm not gonna lie. I'm going Goku versus Majin Vegeta. I am. That's my pick. I will say this. The fight in the Saiyan Saga, that Kamehameha versus the Galick Gun, there's nothing like that in the Majin Vegeta fight. That is next level. There is nothing like that in the Majin Vegeta fight at all. At all. But the implications of this fight, of the Majin Vegeta fight, I don't know. And I know I may be in the minority with this kind of thinking. The Saiyan Saga one, okay, that's cool. That's one-on-one. Aim, you got to make a pick. Aim, you're the tiebreaker. You will decide which Goku versus Vegeta fight goes on to the championship round. It's all on you. It's all on you. The original fight, okay, so this is what Aim is saying. The original fight, only because the message of the third class can surpass the. Oh my goodness. Okay. I understand. There's symbolism. I mean, there's symbolism in deeper meaning in both, but cool. I can't be mad at this. I can't. We got Vegeta versus Broly, or Goku versus Frieza. In hindsight, it's kind of crazy that Vegeta versus Broly made the top 4. It just kind of sounds weird to say. I think in my personal opinion, it is up there. But it just kind of sounds crazy, out of all the fights through Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, GT, Super, that this is a top 4 fight. I don't know. Maybe the matchups were just bad. Because I don't feel like Vegeta versus Broly is better than Goku versus Jiren. I don't. It's obviously not better than Goku versus Vegeta either. Majin Vegeta, I'm sorry. Majin Vegeta fight had better choreography. Yeah, that's the best choreographed fight in Dragon Ball Z for sure. Goku versus Frieza, it's not close. I definitely agree. I was just going over the fact that, Vegeta versus Broly kind of made it this far. That's all. All right. I think this is the right finals. I think the general consensus is these are the best 2 fights in the franchise. I got to think about it a little bit because I don't know. It ain't that easy for me. Man, I'm going to go Goku versus Vegeta. Oh, but Goku versus Frieza is a Super Saiyan transformation as well. It's just that when I think of the highest point of Goku versus Vegeta, which is the Kamehameha versus the Gallic Gun, versus the highest point of Goku versus Frieza, what's the highest point of that fight? You can't say, Goku transforming. It's a great moment, but that's not actually in the fight. They were kind of just standing there. What's the highest point of Goku versus Frieza fighting? Like in the general combat stage, what's the highest point of that fight? Because to me, it doesn't equal Goku charging up his Kamehameha and Vegeta charging up his Gallic Gun. It's not the same. It's not the same at all. Yeah, so I'm gonna stand firm in my decision. I'm going Goku versus Vegeta. I know Cream is going Goku versus Frieza. Can't be mad at it at all. Aim, where you going? When you going, Aim? But Aim, are you saying Goku versus Frieza is your number 1 fight? I mean, are you saying it should win this? Are you saying it should win this? I'm going Vegeta. I feel guilty for saying it, but yeah. You don't gotta feel guilty for it. You don't gotta feel guilty for it. You don't have to feel guilty for it at all. At all. I'm going here too. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That sounds crazy. But let's see what the other people were saying. So the general consensus was Goku versus Frieza. Can't be mad at that. Goku versus Perfect Cell being number 2 for people is crazy. If you look at it, it's tied with Goku versus Frieza. That's crazy. 21.4% and 21.4%. That's crazy. That's wild. That is wild. That's not a top 5 fight. That's crazy. Gogeta versus Broly, not mad at it. Goku versus Majin Vegeta, not mad at it. Goku versus Jiren, it didn't make it far. I'm definitely not mad at that. I think Goku versus Vegeta, the first go round being all the way down at number 7 is crazy. That's asinine. That is ridiculous.